Hello everybody, thank you for stopping at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel, the channel where we share love for primitive decor. This week I'm going to show you how I made some witch boots. I ended up putting them on a wreath, which are adorable for Halloween. I just decided I wanted a boot that was long and pointy and kind of curled up with a heel. I just thought that that would be something I was looking for. And then I had to design a pattern, so I just took an old newspaper, drew the boot that I wanted, and the shapes and the curls and the curves that I wanted it to have, and then I just added about a 1/4 inch, maybe slightly more, of an edge to it so that I would have a sewing distance in my pattern. And then I found some old black fabric and just traced the pattern multiple times on the fabric that was folded in half. So each time I drew a boot, I had a boot underneath of it when I cut. So it was doubled up. The fabric was doubled up. Those of you who sew, you know just what I mean. So I just kept drawing and drawing until I ran out of fabric because I just couldn't get enough of the little black witch boots. So that's what you see me doing here. I have so much to share with you guys. I did finally open my store. I am open to the public. So we are at 159 East Main Street in Worthington, Pennsylvania. That's 16262. All of the things we make here on our channel end up in our store. They're on our Etsy page. They're on our Fair Wholesale if you are a retailer and would like to purchase our things for in your store as well. Candles, soaps, all of those things. We got them here and it is so exciting. It's a dream come true to finally get in the store and have a storefront. And in all reality, it's basically a place to put all of the things that I make because they don't fit in my little shop here at home anymore. So this week I'm going to show you, we also went to, I have so much back footage that I've been holding on to because I just haven't had the chance to update my YouTube channel, and I didn't want to miss any of it because we did end up going to Shaker Woods again this year. So I have some footage of the wonderful customers out there. We had a great year at Shaker Woods, a very successful show out there. I guess they had an antique show right after, and there's a Christmas Shaker in the Woods coming up next, so keep your eye on that. That's in Columbiana, Ohio. So the footage you see is from the summertime in August. It is now September and we're getting ready for Christmas, but we still have to get through Halloween and fall. I'm trying to come up with some ideas for my new window display. Oh, like I said, guys, it's a dream come true. I am just laying awake at night, excited and giddy about the things I can put on display in the front window. We do have clothing as well, so that's fun. That's all new to me. I've never, in my store in the past, I've never had clothing. That's a great addition. It's so much fun to have outfits for fall and getting sweaters in for the colder season. It's been really nice weather here. Honestly, in Pennsylvania, it's been warm and beautiful. I know some people disagree, think it's been hot, but I just hold on to it as long as I can because the snow is pretty, but it's not my favorite. So you can see I'm just continuing to cut my little witch boots out. I cut and cut and cut. And then what I did was just sew them. I'll show you some footage of that. And then I stuffed them. Now, I'm not sure what you guys think, but I'm very picky with my stuffing. I love a really heavy stuffing. The polyester stuff you can find at your local retail stores, it's just not my favorite. It's slippery and it's soft and fluffy. I like, for my prims, you may disagree with me, but for my prims, I like a hard, heavy stuffing, something a little more tangible. And tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you have a place where you get yours? Do you have an idea for me? I struggle to find it. I end up shipping it in from, usually, I'll be honest, Lithuania. I ship my stuffing in from Lithuania. It's a heavy wool. I love it, but it is expensive. If you guys know of a wool maker here in the States or close to me in Pennsylvania, I would love to buy wholesale from anybody that you know that would like to sell. That's just a little plug for myself, but nothing better than picking up a doll or some kind of a stuffed project that is really heavy and tight. I love that. This sewing machine is super old. Guys, it's 40 years old. My husband got me this little Kenmore sewing machine back in 1985 as a newlywed gift, I guess. He knew I loved to sew, and he bought me this. It has made everything from wedding dresses to Christmas ornaments. It's been quite the trooper. I do keep up with it maintenance-wise, and I'll tell you, it's so simple. I just clean out underneath of the presser foot, and I keep baby oil in there all the time. Now, I don't put baby oil in when I start to sew because I'm always afraid it gets on the fabric, but I open up the swing arm there on the side, and I put baby oil inside the gears, and it's just been amazing. It's never given me any headaches at all. I've never replaced any parts on it, so shout out to my little Kenmore sewing machine. And very simple. I've been looking at the ones that embroider. Oh my gosh, that'd be so much fun, especially with the storefront now. I could put things on it that are specific to the Cranberry Cornstalk company. You know, make some shirts or something. There's just all kinds of projects I can think of. So I've been looking at them, but they're not inexpensive either. Do you guys like to embroider? Is it something that you think would be a nice primitive addition, or is it something not so prim? I'm not sure. Something I'm going to look into eventually among my other millions of things. But I can't wait to show you the footage. We moved in the beginning of September to the new store, and all of those furniture pieces that you saw me recovering, beating up, painting, they're all in there, and it's still not full. I was sure that we would have too many and I'd have to find something else to do with some of it, but it's full, and I end up even having to take some furniture from my home and put in there to make more displays for all my guys. I have an obsession with decor. I have way too much here to keep at my home, so that was a great move for us. Make sure you stop out and see us. Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 1 to 6. We keep those hours because Sunday, I still have my other full-time job as well, but Sunday, of course, we want to make it to church, and we want that to be our family time. You have to have a balance in everything, and I understand that shopping and retail is fun on Sunday. I like to do it too. I like to browse the stores and walk around, but I have to have some kind of a balance. Right now, I have, like I said, my other job, and you know, you guys can understand, but it is nice. I think maybe during the holidays, here I'm snipping the boot, you know, the outside corners, you trim them off. When you sew your boot, make sure you get as close to the edge as possible. It used to be we left a really wide, I mean, you know, when I drew it, you could see I had a really wide seam allowance, but the closer you get to the edge, the better your fabric will turn. But you do run the risk of going over the edge, so you can have a hole. But when you get to the outside corners, you want to trim those so that you have these nice points like this in the corner of the heel of the boot. When you get to the inside corners, you want to snip into them. That way when you turn it, it doesn't have pressure to pull like the very middle of the heel where it attaches onto the boot. So those are some tips for turning your fabric over to get ready to stuff. And always remember to leave the opening so that you can stuff. I like to leave it big enough to fit my whole hand in so that I can get my hand in there and stuff it really hard. But so back to the store hours. Yeah, I just decided for now, but I think during the holidays, I'm already thinking for Halloween we'll be open after hours maybe Halloween night to have some treats for the kids and things like that, just to be open and show our support to our little town of Worthington, Pennsylvania, because I'm all about Worthington. I absolutely love it here. I was here for a time as a child, teenager, I should say, and had really good memories at that time. And we did move away, my family, and then my true love was here. You know, my high school sweetheart. So I was in high school; he was not, but moved back here with him and started a little family 40 years ago. So I do love the little town of Worthington, and I want to support it as much as I can. So I'm thinking about my hours for the holidays. For Halloween, I'm going to be open and maybe offer some special on Halloween decor. I don't know, something like that. What do you think? What do you guys do? Do you have a store that you favorite that you'd like to go to and things that they do that you enjoy? Or do you have a store that you run and you do some really fun, different outreaches for the community during the holidays? I'm going to also do something special for Black Friday. I am so excited to do that. I cannot wait to be part of Black Friday shopping and excitement. I am looking so forward to just seeing everybody and talking to everybody. I think I'll probably end up being in the store that day. I did hire, and I'm in the process still of hiring someone to work throughout the week while I'm at my other job, and just to get a solid base for a good company future and have someone in there at all times. I did wait till 1 o'clock to open because I felt like the traffic would be heavier after lunch. I know there's a school nearby and there are some people that are there a little bit earlier, but I'm not sure about the shopping. I'm not sure if that's something that would, you know, be efficient enough to be open. What do you guys think? Do you think, I know I'm asking a lot of questions this time, but I'd love to hear the feedback. Do you think 1 o'clock is a good starting time, or early shopping? I just don't think early shopping is popular. Do you? But anyway, so that's what we did, and I'm so excited. The next video I get out, I will have some kind of vlog with the store opening, and then I will show you, I will do some daily vlogs when I go to the store or making things and taking it to the store and setting it up. And I can't wait to show you our clothing lines and the changing of the seasons. We're starting into peak, which where I work, that's what we call it, but for the rest of the world, it's called the holidays. So starting into that, we'll have all kinds of Christmas projects. And I am getting ready to make a turkey doll, stuffed turkey, real prim. I'm thinking black, like the boots there, with maybe cinnamon dust, something really super prim. That's in the works. I already have it cut out, and I'll show you how I make that in one of the next videos. I'm going to try to keep up with these more. Once I get people hired in the store, I'll be able to keep up with the backroom project, so to speak. Here I am in the video. I'm trying to change the bobbin, and mid-project, it's frustrating because you have to stop everything you're doing and reset the bobbin. And you know, if you're like me, you have no patience, and you're trying to sew and get everything done, and now your bobbin's out. So, I mean, it's a petty little thing, and it's just annoying to have to stop your project when you only have 2 boots left. But stay tuned here. I'm going to let you watch and listen to some better music than my annoying voice, and just show you some of the things I made, and then again some footage of out in Shaker Woods, the beautiful weather we had, and all the wonderful customers that came out. Thanks again. If you haven't done so yet, please click the thumbs up. Go to the bell, hit the bell, and click subscribe, and make sure you go over and click all. That way every time we release a video, it will be in your settings when you open YouTube, and it'll show you our next video, so you can follow along our journey of our dream store, opening the dream store and running the dream store. Thanks guys, and make sure you stop back at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel.